Alright, let me have all of you. This is my seat there.
Everybody should find themselves somewhere to sit, and then we will start. So, very happy to see you all. It's my honor and my pleasure to open this graduation ceremony. It is the 9th G&H Global Nutrition and Health graduation ceremony. Our first was in 2010, and this is our 9th batch of graduates. So we are very proud of you, and we'll have a nice time together. And I hope you guys are, in for some singing and some, joyful moments. We have been told that we are being live streamed here. It's going out to the students that are not able to come today, those in the other batches. So we are, out in the world. So I would very much like to take you through the program. And the first person already up here is my colleague Christian, and he will give us a welcome address.
Welcome. Can you hear me? Yes. Welcome. My name is Christian Stenbak Larsen. I'm an associated professor here at Global Nutrition and Health, and I'm here to welcome you on behalf of the whole education, and also on behalf of head of the Institute, Mette Simonsen, who unfortunately could not be here today. She has other obligations, but she sends her apologies and, of course, her congratulations to all you graduates. First and foremost, I will welcome you, graduates. It's your day today. And then I will also send a special welcome to the family and friends of the graduates. you are our special guests. And of course, welcome to everyone else, students, staff, or who else have come here to join us in this celebration of the graduates. This is a graduation ceremony. It's a ritual. It's actually a rite de passage, meaning that these young people who is here, yesterday they were students, today they will magically transform into graduates. You will see it happen. And it's in all rituals, there is something that just had to be in a certain way. You have to have caps and gowns. Later on, you will all have to have an envelope handed out. These are the traditions that were built up through 8-9 years, as Rune has said. But in a ritual, there's also emotions. So it's not only serious, it's also very emotional. And I invite you to be emotional with us, to be proud of the achievements of these students, and to be joyful in the prospect of them going out and making an impact on the world. So enjoy and have fun this afternoon. Yeah. And now I will give the word to
Okay, can you hear me now? No? This is going to be a challenge. What about now?
Yes.
Yes? I don't know what is the magic difference between, some few millimeters. Okay, we are going to sing together. So please pick the song called With a Little Help from My Friends. And there should be notes, if you don't have some notes in front of you, or lyrics, please go to the bench where there are some extras, pass them on so that everyone can see.
Okay, I'll do it. Is there any there? Water? Just check it out.
And
Not that I was singing.
there is another little piece of information, very important. I don't know if you can see in the chorus of the lyrics, there are some brackets. It says M in one bracket and F in another. Can you see that? Yes. When it says M, it means male voices. All those who have, the deeper voices, whoever you are, you sing that line. And when there is an F in front, it's the female voices, whoever has, such a voice. It could also be a falsetto, if you prefer. So it's just to, make it a little more dynamic and lively. And fortunately, we have Ulrik with us today to accompany us. Ulrik is working on the Danish Education of Nutrition and Health, and he has, come in as our research pianist today. So it's very nice. So I hope you are singing with whatever voices you have, and also some volume. We need to fill up this room. It's kind of, very... So, feel comfortable and just sing out as much as you can.
And there'll be a small...
Yes.
Try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help.
Gonna try to love my friends.
That's the best.
I need somebody to love. Let it be anybody. I want somebody to love.
Yeah, good. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so, we have, thank you very much, Kristen. The next thing on our program, as you can see, I hope you have, a program in front of you, and more or less trying to follow it, is that we will also very much like to hear from this year's graduates themselves. And to do that, I know that we will see Christina, we will see Hannah, we will see Marek, and I don't know who else, So the floor is yours. Just come up here and get ready. Hi.
Hi.
We have a PowerPoint, like every good school presentation. So hi, my name is Hannah Dunning, and I am from the Public Health Nutrition Food Policy Specialization, and I am now going to be the head of the program, as some of you know.
Oh, come on.
Could I quickly have my classmates from public health stand up? Because I don't think parents might be aware, but we were divided after our first year. And so can public health please stand up quickly? Thank you. So over the past 2.5 years, we've looked into policies that shape the health of populations and potential health promoting projects and interventions to solve those problems. We have really looked at the double burden of malnutrition, which is looking at both undernutrition and overnutrition, and how we can solve these problems on a global scale.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Christina Marina and I studied lifestyle and health education. And can my classmates please stand up?
Oh, sure.
We have been focusing a lot on individuals and small groups in society and how we can promote health and try to make people change so they don't do harmful behavior of our health. And we have focused a great deal on coaching, such as how can a person find a solution by themselves by our help. And then we have focused on training and intervention planning and much more.
Go to the video from
Oh,
Marek.
okay.
Now,
So, we wanna stay, but can't find peace while sitting still. I guess we never will. We run away, we won't hurry back again. The journey is the end. I love this very moment. We're speeding up, not slowing. We might know we can't win, but we're dumb enough to try. We're going, there's no maybe. That's why they call us crazy. And we'll say if anybody asks us, hey, where you gonna go? We're off to see the world. We don't need to know. Oh, hey, where you gonna go? We're off to see the world. We don't need to know. We never need to know. Seeking boundaries to break. Let's forget the ones we've made. So can't change us. We're gonna go way off the map to get ourselves back on the track. Go tell them we won't stop. We know they can't change us. No need to worry so much. We do whatever we want. Where you gonna go? We're off to see the world. We don't need to know. Where you gonna go? We're off to see the world. We don't need to know.
Sorry, I ain't got no money. I'm not trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can call me what you wanna. I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down. You might knock me. You can call it how you want.
Welcome to Global Nutrition and Health at Metropole University College.
Away. This time. This time I ain't gonna run. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Sorry, I ain't got no money. I'm not trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can call me what you wanna. I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down, you might knock me down, but I will get back up again. You can call it how you wanna. I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. This time. This time I ain't gonna run. Not this time. Not this time. This time I ain't gonna run. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time.
As you can see, we got some amazing dancers in this group, and I think when I've moved on, and I'm probably 20 years from now, when I think back to G&H, I think the dancing is actually what I'll remember, so I'm glad we have that video. Thanks, Mother. So, on the very first day of school, I showed up with my suitcase, my backpack, and nowhere to live. One of our former students, Veronica, who has no longer remained in our group, but she took pity on me and took me home for 3 days. 3 months later, I moved out of her place and into a place with Essa. So even from the start, G&H became my family. Everyone took care of one another and helped through that difficult transition of coming here to Denmark. We were 57 people from over 20 different countries. I couldn't find the exact numbers. And although not all of us are here sitting together today, I also want to quickly say that I have very much appreciated all those who are not graduating with us. And I know there's a few of you here today, and I'm so glad you were able to join us because you've also been a part of this family, even if you're not wearing a cap and a gown with us. So, the group of people sitting before you are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. Seriously, parents in the room, you should be very proud of your child if they're sitting over here because they are fantastic. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and luckily through forced group work with people we didn't get to pick, we found those out pretty early on, and we were able to then develop those and learn from each other. And I think this ability to collaborate and work with people that you don't choose is one of the most valuable skills that I will take, at least, from this education. This ability to work interculturally as well as multisectorally will be exactly the type of things the world needs to solve some of these problems. Now, as we leave this education, there are a few things I hope we can carry with us. As Marek and I would always say, anything is possible. Absolutely anything that you set your mind to, you can do. So, I hope that what we're setting our mind to do is make the world a kinder, friendlier, and healthier place. For some of us, that'll mean coaching. For some, it'll be project management. And for some, it's school gardens. But every single thing we do, I hope we do in the effort to be making the world a healthier and happier place. Okay, so last week, I had the pleasure to listen to Lawrence Haddad, the Executive Director of GAIN, which is the Global Alliance of Improved Nutrition, give a talk about malnutrition and the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, although my thesis looked at the first 1,000 days, which is from conception until the second birthday, he had a demonstration that I thought was incredibly powerful and moving and something I wanted to show you all today, and why I think what we're doing now is incredibly important. So, this water bottle is a ½ liter, so it weighs a ½ kilo, or about a pound, and this is an infant's brain, the weight of the infant's brain at birth, ½ kilo. If it's about a 7-pound baby, the brain's a pound. Now, on the first birthday, it will have doubled its massive brain, and it'll be a kilo, or 2 pounds. Now, it's amazing that we do this. In 9 months, we grow a pound of brain tissue, and then we double it within only a year. And then, if I add one final bottle, this is an adult brain. So from your first birthday until you're an adult, you only add another ½ kilo of mass. Now, my special passion has been looking at this first 1,000 days and what we can be doing to improve the start of every person so that when they do develop their brain, it's in a healthy and fully functional and to the highest potential it can be. And I hope that this demonstration helps signify how important really that start is. Now, before I give the floor to Christina, I want to quickly take a moment and thank the incredible instructors who have been with us and inspiring us throughout this education. Can we quickly give them a round of applause? individuals constantly go above and beyond. My thesis supervisor, Alex, who's standing in the back of the room, put in 100% in helping me reach my goals with my thesis research, and it's dedicated teachers like him who have kept this program moving throughout all sorts of different changes, both locationally and with management, and really without them, the program would not be what it is today. So thank you again. So here we are, graduates of Global Nutrition and Health, ready to change the world, as the wall behind the ping pong table used to ask us. The 2017 Global Nutrition Report started off with some alarming statistics. Worldwide, there are 2 billion people who are suffering from some sort of micronutrient deficiency, like vitamin A or iron. But at the exact same time, there are 2 billion individuals suffering from overweight or obesity. 2 billion. This is massive. So we got work to do. These issues aren't separated by regions or borders. 88% of countries have this double burden of malnutrition. So wherever we go, there's work to be done. So let's make sure that the way in which we make these changes are ethical, professional, and towards a healthier and happier life for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so it's my turn. Try to imagine that you're going to an exam. Just try to think of how it's going to feel so nervous. And you have so much sweat in your hands. Your throat is really dry, and you're wondering if you can even talk when you get in. And just, yeah, you're sweating a bit, your stomach is making some weird sounds. And I think most of us, we just tried it not so long ago when we went for our bachelor exams. And it's actually not a very comfortable feeling. So now I want you to imagine you're walking towards your exam room. You have reached the place. You can see exam written on the door. Take your hand out, grab the handle, open up, and what do you see? All your wonderful classmates and all your teachers from JNH. And that was not what you had prepared yourself for. So, why did I come with this small story? I did it because I think we have to be aware of some small specifics here. First of all, the story kept on saying you, or it can be me. And sometimes we think everything is only about ourselves and we are alone in what we are doing. But I think coming here to JNH, I found out if we don't want to be alone, we don't have to be alone. And if we want to be alone, it's totally fair. Because we all accept each other for who we are, and we can just help each other if we need help from one another, and we lift each other up instead of pushing each other down to get up ourselves. And I think we have to remember when we go out in this world that we don't need to do it all alone. It keeps on saying, are you ready to conquer the world? Are you ready to make a change in this world? But it doesn't have to be you. It can be you. It can be more. It doesn't have to be singular. It can be plural. And I think we found out that we can work together here as we've done these 3.5 years. So I thought the time I came, I was going to start with this education. I thought I would meet a lot of strangers and they would all be judging me. Maybe my teachers would be so harsh. And I was just feeling a bit uncomfortable, and who do you talk to? But it didn't take long to find out that there's no need to be nervous. And also, when we go on our own or together with someone in this world, we don't have to be nervous. Even coming here today, I didn't have to be nervous. I just did my bachelor exam. I should be nervous for that one and not for this. Yes. So if we just take a look around in this room, and I look here at my classmates for these years, we have Marek, who loves to talk about existential stuff, and you can really have nice and long and deep talks with him. We have Paulina, who's always so positive, and she can really make you happy. We have Abdi, the energy bomb. We also saw it in this video. If you're feeling down or something, you just ask Abdi for a dance, and then we also have Elena, who's always so comforting. If you have something you want to talk about. We have Morit, who's really good in organizing. And we have Simone, who's always ready to help. For example, me when I was going for my internship, I just gave her all my questions and she answered them. I just want to say that everyone here, I could keep on going. Everyone here, they have their own strengths. And if we put them together, we can do so much. So don't just stay alone and do your own stuff. Just share it, like we've done these years. And Runa, why are you there? If I should just put a theory in here, I think I would choose social cognitive theory. And science here, the present, the environment, and the behavior. And I think this is a proof that we affect each other. We have environment, we are in, it affects each other, and that's the way we behave. So let us affect the environment and people around us. Maybe some of us will end up as chefs, some will be coaches, some will be personal trainers, some will do PhDs, some will do master degrees, someone will just relax at home. Anyway, we just have to affect the people around us like we've done this year. So just keep on being who you are, because it's really, really nice to be around you. And I would like to wish all my colleagues here a really bright future and the best of luck. And I just want to say thank you for being so inspiring and motivating these years. And I think I can talk on behalf of all of us when I say thank you to our teachers, our supervisors, and our families for helping us, and friends as well, for helping us through these years and ending up where we are today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, all three of you, and all backs for that matter. You represent. Thank you so much to Carissa for putting this together, and to all of our, good guys out there, our ambassadors, and you are also soon to become, part of our ambassadors that we are very proud of. Before I leave the floor to our keynote artist speaker today, I just want to read you a bit from Pernille. She would have liked to be here, but she's unfortunately sick today, so she sends her warm regards to all of you. But then it's time for our keynote others.
With a little help from my friend.
Yes. So I will give the. We need to sing again. And time for the second song. And I hope that you all have it in front of you. Let's see if I can find it. And what sits better than singing about the world? What a wonderful world. I hope you know the song.
What a wonderful world.
Myself
and I think you can present yourself, right? Yes. So please welcome Ransom, who's going to speak on behalf of the G&H staff.
Wow, what an opportunity for me to get to speak on behalf of my colleagues. I feel so humbled, and I just think that my colleagues have decided to raise me up so high today to be able to speak on their behalf. So thank you very much. Fellow graduates, I can now call you graduates, even though you have not received your envelopes yet. But you're wearing the gowns and you're wearing the caps, so I can now call you graduates. I just want you to take 1 second and reflect to yourself and ask yourself, why me? Why is it you wearing these caps and these gowns today? 1 second.
A lot of theories.
It's not your last test that you're going to do at this education, but I believe that you must have come through a certain thought. But let me help you to be able to paint the picture. I will do so with a short history. A famous Wimbledon tennis player by name Otto Ashley. He was dying of HIV/AIDS, and he received so many compassionate letters from his fans. One of his fans wrote to him and asked the following question: why did God have to select you for such a very bad disease? He responded to this, his fan. Well, 50 million children started playing tennis. 5 million learned to play tennis. 500,000 learned to play professional tennis. 50,000 reached the Grand Slam. 50 reached Wimbledon. 40 of them reached the semi-finals. 2 of them reached the finals. And I was holding the cup up high in my hand. I never asked God, why me? So why should I ask God today, why me, when I'm dying of HIV/AIDS? So I'm asking you guys today, why you? Each day in this world, 1 in 9 people actually go to bed hungry without any food to eat. You've never gone hungry, I guess.
I don't know.
So why you? NCDs still kill 40 million people each year, an equivalent of about 70% of the deaths globally. But you and I sitting in this room, we are safe of NCDs somehow. Maybe because of the education that we have received here. But fully half of humanity, or half of human race, lives on less than $2 a day. We are safe from that group. Why you? But if you also look within that inequality in income, about 1% of people in the globe owns the wealth that is equal to 56% of the rest of the globe. I hope you don't want to ask yourself the question, why not you? being amongst the 1%, because it's not enviable at all to be amongst the 1% of the richest people who own the wealth of 56% of the population. To be able to share with you some 5 life lessons. Be a teacher. That is my last advice to you. Be a teacher. Please, please, please be a teacher. Some say teachers are the most admirable and the most important people in the world. But as a teacher, when you give a student a grade that the student doesn't appreciate, you are the biggest asshole in the world. When you when you fail a student as a teacher, you are the most unwanted person around. But teachers have been regarded whatsoever to be the most admirable and the most important people because they help to be able to build a new world. They inspire people to become something. So, you do not need to be a teacher for the rest of your life. But if you get that opportunity, become
here. See the screen. Okay. All right. And we do this alphabetically through the first names. So that's the order. So the first person I have here is actually Abdi. Abdi Bekeli Furlu. Congratulations. Abdi has written his thesis on cost-minimized, nutritionally adequate and culturally acceptable food patterns for Ethiopian families optimized by linear programming. Yes, congratulations.
Good job, man.
The next person here is Asha. Is she here today? No, maybe not. Okay. Then we have Christine. Slagstad. Christina has written her thesis on the societal attitude towards breastfeeding in Denmark and its impact on mothers with low socioeconomic status. Next person is Daniel. Daniel James McCauley. Daniel's thesis is about reducing maternal smoking in Australian Indigenous women, Indigenous participation in health interventions and campaigns. Next person is Esa Nykinen. Esa's thesis is about culturally acceptable, fully nutritious, and cost-minimized food patterns for Ghanaian families optimized by linear programming. Then we have Francisca. Francisca has written about can low-income families in Germany afford a nutritionally adequate diet? The next one is Hannah. Done. Hannah's thesis is about development of cost-optimized, nutritionally adequate food baskets during the complementary feeding period, as we heard, for southern Ghana. James Richard Buxton Wade. James' thesis is City Nature Being Sensed, a sense-based study of the nature in Copenhagen. Next person is Janne. Janne's thesis is affordability of nutritiously adequate and culturally acceptable diets for Estonian families with low socioeconomic status. Then we have Ludmila Arsenina. Ludmila's thesis is internet addiction preconditions among adolescents in Estonia, aged 12 to 18, and possible impacts on physical health and personality formation. Namakanda Mola, her thesis is an exploration on barriers and opportunities for livelihoods, a case study of Barosta floodplains, artisanal fishing community in Mongo district, Western Zambia. Then we have Shova Acharya Rangal. Shova has written about smart choice, architectural nudge intervention promoting vegetable intake. Then we have Simone Scamucci. Impact of sugar-sweetened beverages taxation. Stephen David Duncan. Development of food citizenship in companies working with bread. Sylvia Sonia Sonoki. Sonia has written about social determinants of health, a study on prevalence and causes of childhood obesity among 3 to 21-year-old children and young adults. And then we have Victoria Angelica Gippo. Tori has written about permaculture design, an investigation of a food production paradigm for improving food security and contributing to the conservation and regeneration of the ecosystem in Camarones, Ecuador. Okay, can I likewise ask all the lifestyle and health education students to get up and then take procedure. Okay, first person out is Anya. Anya, hi. Anya has written about intergenerational cooking classes and their effect on eating classes. The second person is Eskam, last time Yemen. Eskam's thesis is assessment of the youth street sports initiative, the Playmaker program, assessed via the 7 principles of community development. Then we have Christina Orina. Christina's thesis is cholera prevention in Zanzibar. Dawn, with the Spindlers. Dawn has written about determining factors for whether or not men practice Bikram yoga, a communication strategy recommendation for use at a hot yoga studio. Then we have Elena. Elena has written about awareness of health benefits of nutrition and physical activity amongst young pregnant women in Romania. Then we have Georgiana. Jordana's thesis is Barriers to and Motivations for Lifestyle Changes through Physical Activity and Healthy Eating Patterns in Polycystic Ovary Syndrome Patients. Lea Kupasova. Lea has written about vegetable consumption during school lunches in students at a private elementary school in Slovakia and increasing it through gardening and cooking interventions. Next person is Lene-Mai Hjortsø-Fernanda. Lene-Mai has written about the societal attitude towards breastfeeding in Denmark and its impact on mothers with low socioeconomic status. Next one is Marek Tadeusz Witkowski. Marek has written about unconventional treatments and medicine in Denmark. Then we have Maria Petkova, Selyeskova. Maria's thesis is about the effect of chamomile on depression and anxiety, a systematic review. Then we have Marie Jungdal. Maria has written about fertility treatment for women diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, motivational strategies for alternative medicine.
Yes.
Then we have Zunia. Zunia has written about development of food citizenship in companies working with bread. Then we have Olga Erskov. Yes, Olga actually graduated last year, and she wrote about human gut microbiota and non-communicable diseases, influence of nutritional interventions during early stage of life on the long-term risk of obesity and diabetes. Then we have Paulina. Paulina's thesis, vegetable consumption during school lunches in students at a private elementary school in Slovakia, and increasing it through gardening and cooking interventions. And finally, Romalda Bianco, or Molly. She has written about determining factors for whether or not men practice Bikram yoga, a communication strategy recommendation for use at a hot holiday. Quite impressive, I must say, and very diverse. So congratulations to everyone. And with this part of the ceremony actually closes, and we invite everyone over to the reception area outside, just around the corner, where there are a few, steps down for some small snacks and, refreshments. And thank you all for coming.